Big news! The government still wants your money. So the last video that I made in regards to this topic with the IRS and the $600 threshold when it comes to goods and service selling things online, I said that the government has delayed it, that they're not going to implement it for 2022. Well, I just saw a video on one of the YouTube channel, ClearTax Value. The gentleman that runs that YouTube channel has released a video, which I'll link in the description below, saying that the IRS is going to implement it for 2023. All the transactions that you've done from January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, if you reach over that $600, you're gonna have to start paying your taxes. So those of you who are new to this channel and don't know what I'm talking about, that $600 threshold, meaning if you have sold anything online, such as eBay, let's just say you just put something on Facebook Marketplace and you accept money, either Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or anything like that. If you have sold and collect money over $600 or over, you will get a 1099 tax form in January, which you are going to have to report to IRS and pay a portion of that money to the IRS. Now, back in the day, a couple years back, the threshold was $20,000. That's a big drop from $20,000 to $600. So back then, if you sold under $20,000, you didn't have to report it. But now, you sold anything over $600, received money through any of these online money transfers company, you will have to pay that money and pay your taxes. And yes, even if you sold old things that you were trying, let's just say a yard sale, and you collected money over that day, and you sold it as a loss, such as, let's just say you bought a bicycle that was $1,000 a couple years ago, you barely used it, and you decided to sell it for $600. So in reality, you are losing $400. The IRS sees this as you gained $600. And they say that you bought that bicycle for free, you got it for free, and now you have $600 pure profit. So what then? Well, what happens is, in the eyes of the IRS, you are guilty until proven innocent. Meaning, you're gonna have to come up with a receipt that proves that you bought that bicycle for $1,000 and you have lost $400 by selling it. Now you're probably wondering, how am I gonna even come up with a receipt that I bought for a bicycle a couple years back? Sorry, man. That's how reality is. That's what the IRS wants. They want their money. All that free stimulus check and the PPP loans and all that stuff, they want their money back now. So if you have sold over $600 worth of things, you are going to have to report this. Now the only apps that don't have to report it is through Zelle or Chase QuickPay. Other than that, if you do Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, etc., you will have to report it. There are some gray areas such as friends and family. Friends and family you don't have to report, such as, but those friends and family function of that was, let's just say you guys split a bill at a restaurant, so your friend covers the bill and you just pay your portion through Venmo or PayPal. If, let's just say, your brother and sister or your mom and dad for some money for you could afford rent, they pay that and you don't have to report that. But there are people who sell things and tell you to, oh, can you do it through friends and family so I don't report it? Don't quote me on this. They say you don't have to pay for it, but there are some sort of gray area. I mean, if you are receiving over a couple $1,000s through friends and family, that might trigger something on PayPal. Check your tax professional accountant in January to see if that has shown up or not. As you know about my stance on this, and I'm going to say it again, this ain't such a sham. This is pure BS. They're going after the little folks, just like how Rudy talked about it about 2 years ago. They're going after the little folks because they know the little folks won't have the money for the litigation to take them to court and drag this out. The bigger fish, as corporation or anybody with millions of dollars, they'll drag this on forever with their litigation and the lawyers. And the IRS, that's not even guaranteed that they're actually going to see that money. So they're going to go after the little people, because once you see it on, let's just say you or me, we see that on our mail, say, hey, you've been fined because you haven't filed your taxes, couple $100. It's like, oh yeah. So what are you gonna do? Pay lawyer's fee, which costs more just for a couple $100, or you're gonna pay the fee and also pay the taxes and the penalty that came in. Of course, you're gonna pay the penalty and taxes. Times that by a couple million people. That's a lot of money, and it adds up. So the courts are gonna go after little people, the little guys. I hate to break to you guys, it's time to pay your taxes for those of you that are trying to do a side hustle. It's how the world works. That's all for today. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.